Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is eating alligator's food every night. The scripture comes from Proverbs 19 and 20. Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end you will be counted among the wise. Many are the plans of a person in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. What a person desires is unfailing love. Better to be poor than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life. Then one rests content, untouched by trouble. Okay, so here's the message. For somebody, there is something that you are doing that is not good. There is something that you like. I just feel like you have there is something that you want, okay? And you are wondering why God never gave you this thing. You are wondering why God did not allow you to have this thing. And you know that you could have it by now. But God is saying that He is protecting you from something. And regardless if it's like the message, eating alligator's food every night, you don't want to be in a position to where, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't no shade, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like for somebody, you may have wanted to do something to where you would have had to hunt for your food or go out and fish for your food. And like I'm being reminded of the water boy when the coach came over the house to eat, and he was like, "What's for dessert?" And then the little electric thing went off, and the squirrel passed, and she was like, "Squirrel." I was. God said he had better for you. Okay, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with being a part of civilization. Okay. Now, if you ain't got no choice, it is what it is. It is what it is. And this is coming from somebody that I've lived off grid, okay? And I've lived in civilization for way much longer. And I just I've even lived in in a very tough country, okay? In a tough country where it's tough out there, okay? And just like off grid, it's tough out there. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like God is saying, why would you want to do that to yourself? Just, it's like I told my father something. I was talking to my father, my earthly father. I was talking to my father about some of the things that I had did off grid, and he was like, he was like, I would never do it. I would even. He was like, I know that people do that, but why? Just like, why would you do? You could call somebody to do that, and you do why? I just feel like God is saying that this is somebody. It's a difference between having no other choice and doing something like having other choices. While like I just feel like God is saying no. It's a reason that He held you back from doing this thing. It's a reason that He is not like, it's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. God said, listen to Him. Listen to advice and accept discipline. And at the end, you will be counted among the wise. God said that wasn't a smart idea. And my apologies for telling you this, but I'm going to be real and say that I have had some unsmart ideas too. And God let me know that it wasn't a smart idea. And for somebody, God said that wasn't a smart idea. It's not a situation where God didn't want to bless you. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. It's not that God don't want you to have nice things. It's not that God don't want you to have a house. It's not that God don't want you to have a car. But God is saying that what you want is not smart, baby. It's the reason. It's a reason. It's a reason. And I'm thinking about how when I had my Cadillac, I used to be scared to drive my Cadillac places because I was so scared somebody was going to rob me for that car. I didn't even want to go to the club by myself. I did not go out unless my baby daddy, my son's father, was with me. I wasn't going out by myself. Not in that car. Baby, not in that car, not in that car. I was so terrified to go somewhere in that car. What? A pink DeVille? Oh, faux pink DeVille? With rims, with the factory rims on there? Fixed up, baby, I was terrified to go. And that's just the truth. I was more comfortable going out with my Chrysler 300 than I was going out in that DeVille. And it wasn't even when I got it painted. When I got my 300 painted, when I got it custom painted and all that, I was scared to go out in it. I felt more comfortable going out in my truck that was painted than I did with any car that I got actual custom painted. The truck, I felt comfortable because even though it is a nice truck, but it's not such a name brand truck. I think, what was it? A Denali, a Denali. I had a Denali, a pink Denali. I preferred going out and going places in that car. I felt more comfortable going places in that truck than I did in my purple Chrysler or my pink purple Cadillac. I was nervous in that Cadillac. I was nervous in that Cadillac. No. I didn't like going nowhere by myself in that car. And I just feel like for somebody, God is saying that the decision that you had made, the thing that you had asked for, that you had your heart set up on, it wasn't smart. And because it wasn't smart, he said no. He's going to give you something else. And it's okay. Everything is still fine. You're still going to receive your blessing. But guess what? What a person desires is unfailing love. Better to be poor than a liar. So God is saying that he will prefer for you to have something that where you are basically living below your means than for you to have something where you are living this. You know what I'm saying? And the fear of the Lord leads to life. Then one rests content, untouched by trouble. So God is saying that he wants you to live in a way where you are not like basically calling for trouble to come to you. And some of the decisions that you are making, some of the things you are asking for are basically in a sense where you are basically begging for trouble. You are begging for trouble. You begging for somebody to try to rob you. You begging for somebody to try to kick your dough in. You begging for somebody to do this. You begging for somebody. God said he wants you to live a humble life because there are evil people in this world. And while he is protecting you and he is covering you, he wants you to live a humble life. Therefore, you will rest contently and you will be untouched by trouble. And even though I never experienced anybody trying to rob me, anybody trying to do anything with that's a lie. And it was before I even got the car fixed. I was at a friend's birthday party and my car was parked outside while I was in the club. And I think I told this story before. As I was walking to my car, there was a group of men standing watching my car. And out of nowhere, women that were not even in the club, okay, they came out of nowhere and they were walking with me. And I got to my car, I got in my car and I locked the doors and I caught the car on. I'm looking for music. I turned around and look around. They disappeared. But I got home and looked at my car door and realized that somebody was trying to break in my car to steal it. So, and that situation right there, along with another situation when I was in my car, somebody tried to kidnap me. And I stopped going out by myself. I didn't want to go out by myself no more after that. I was done. And, even now, today in Houston, I don't really go out by myself. I don't go out by myself. I don't go to no clubs and nothing like that because it's dangerous. This city is not what it used to be. There was a time, when I was younger where you could go out in Houston by yourself. You could have a good time. You ain't have to worry about the kind of things you got to worry about now. But there are so many wicked people in this city now. Baby, I don't go nowhere by myself. But even if it's a situation where you don't go very many places, just the fact that, I was so nervous. I felt nervous driving my car. The only reason I was okay to drive it is because I lived all the way in the boonies somewhere. I didn't live in the inner city anymore. And I just feel like God is saying that he will prefer for you to feel comfortable in your car, or comfortable in your house, and you feel safe. And you're not always looking over your shoulder, and you're not always nervous that somebody gonna do this and somebody gonna do that. Because that's not the other car that I had. I had a I forgot the name of that car that I had. But somebody stole that car, and I couldn't believe it, because I was like, that car was beat up and just terrible. Why would they even want it? But anyways, God said, but I know it's in Houston, it's a slab. But in the state that it was beat up. I hadn't got it painted or nothing. I really was putting no money into that car. But I forgot what it was called. What's the name of that dang car? Impala. I had an Impala. That dang car. I couldn't stand that car. I couldn't stand that car. I couldn't stand that car. I couldn't stand it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. But anyways, God said it's okay. Okay, everything is still fine, but like, you still gonna have nice things, but God will prefer for you to be in a position to where ain't nobody gonna be trying to rob you. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to take what you have. And you don't have to feel nervous to drive your own car. Or you don't have to feel nervous, and you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You can feel free to go wherever you want to go. And that's the message. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Like, you don't want to be in a position to where you can't even go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and you feel nervous walking to your car, or you feel like you got to make sure ain't nobody watching you. You should do that anyway. But having a car that's very loud, or having a house that's very loud, it will make it even more. You know what I'm saying? But that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.